Stephen Eskinazi, thanks for joining us at the end of our Royal London Cup, last home game of the campaign. Disappointing result today against Gloucestershire, but in fairness, Gloucester played very well.
Yeah, I think we were outplayed today in probably all three facets of the game. I think we probably spent a lot of emotional energy and physical energy over the last 5 games playing some really good cricket back to back on some really hot days. So I can't fault the effort of the lads today. We came up against a canny and strong white ball team like Gloucester always are. And yeah, we took it down to the wire, but unfortunately not to be today.
By no means not looking for excuses, but they certainly had the better of the conditions today. We batted for 50 overs, and quite rightly I think we chose to bat first up, expecting the pitch to do more in the second half, but then they came out to bat in glorious bright sunshine.
Yeah, it did nip around this morning, and I think tactically they were pretty good as well in the power play with their overseas spinner bowling a lot, which is something we probably haven't seen as much here, and they executed really well. So we had a bit of a rebuild to do after the first 10 overs, and I think the boys did it brilliantly. But I think, when you only get 30 odd off that first 10 at a ground like here, you're always up against it. And when you're only chasing a score like 260, it can sort of dictate how hard you need to go. So, we were trying to figure out what we thought a good score would be. And in the end, we probably felt like we did quite well to get to that score. And we felt like it was certainly defendable. But yeah, credit to them. They paced it brilliantly and got home in the end.
Quick word for Sam Robson, who I guess has taken over the mantle from yourself. You're still in damn good form yourself, but that's Robbo's 4th half century in 4 list day innings. He's in great nick.
Yeah, playing brilliantly. And I think on surfaces like this, it sort of really draws on your batsmanship that Sam has in abundance. He's a skillful player technically, but tactically and mentally he's incredible. So we've relied on him a lot this season to get us out of some sticky situations and allow some of the stroke makers to go about their game at the other end, and we can't underestimate the job that he's doing for us. So brilliant to see him flourishing in this format of the game. It shows there's a role for somebody who still plays good cricket shots all the way through, and I think a ground like this actually helps someone like that too. So yeah, we're very fortunate to have someone like him.
I guess it says an awful lot for how well Gloucester bowled today, especially their spinner Zafar. When you've got 4 quality batsmen in that top order, yourself included, and it looked anything but simple out there for the first 20-30 overs, but we dug deep and formed a good partnership there, bouncing back from 2 early wickets.
Yeah, very, very difficult. And this ground's an interesting one because you get such good value for your shots, but it can be tricky and difficult and draws on a lot of your skill as a batter at times too. So good international bowling is always going to be hard, as we've seen with our international bowler and other international bowlers that have come here, and Buren Hendricks and Zafar bowled fantastically today. So we'll learn a lot from that. We'll know that for us to play well against these types of bowlers, we have to be right on it every ball, every over of the 50 sets. And on a different day, if we pick up another 1 or 2 wickets, we'd be reflecting on how well we did coming out of that batting power play. So yes, not all doom and gloom by any stretch, and we go to Hove still super high on confidence, knowing that if we win that, we get a home semi-final.
Yeah, that's the point, Steve, really. We came in today not knowing a huge amount other than the win would guarantee us a home tie. We now go to Sussex knowing pretty much the same. At least there's a little bit more surety that we know if we win we get a home semi-final tie. How important will that be for that game to be here at Radlett to give us home advantage?
Yeah, huge. We've obviously played some really good cricket here, and a lot of us have grown up playing here. So it's a place we know well. It's a place that we know sort of reflects well on our skill. So it's exciting for us to go and be a part of knockout cricket again. It's something we haven't said a lot as Middlesex players in white ball cricket the last 7 or 8 years. So we know there's a huge responsibility on us to go and not be satisfied and take this club forward and put us where we know we should be. And I think, there's no greater motivation going down to Hove knowing that if you win there, we can come back here and be a win away from a Trembridge final.
Wouldn't that be nice? No one ever said the job of being skipper was easy. You mentioned the worth that quality international bowlers bring to the side. Obviously you had to do a bit of juggling yourself today because Umesh had a niggle. I think it was a thigh injury, I'm right in saying. I'm guessing he was taken off largely as a precautionary measure.
Yeah, Umesh has absolutely flown in the last 2 months. He's bowled a lot of overs at a very high intensity. We know that county cricket just keeps coming and the effort he's put in has been absolutely second to none. We couldn't be prouder of him and what he's done, and unfortunately when you bowl as quick as he does and you run in as fast, these things are about to happen. So he bowled through with a bit of a niggle the last game, and the same thing today. Just got to a point where we didn't think it was worth him going any further, but his character's been brilliant and he's left nothing out on the field for us.
Absolutely right. Well, Steve, look, that's about all for today. All the very best of luck down on Tuesday. We'll be down there, so God willing, we'll be able to catch up with you at the game. We can talk about a home semi-final. Wouldn't that be nice?
Brilliant. Thanks. Looking forward to it.